Guess we can start. Alright. Yep. So to start with, let's go to fine evening, Tia Delta. And a fine evening is for a spot of work, wouldn't you agree? This time around, it seems some eager buccaneers scampered aboard a local merchant and made off with a shipment of muskets. Not seeing it ain't lawful to cloy from a Lumentine vessel to begin with, the Yellow Dragons fell upon them daft coves before the boots were as even dry. And they caught the pirates right there in the docks, but the stolen broomsticks was nowhere to be found. Fits in a longboat deal, I'm thinking. That's when our guild was officially contracted to retrieve the goods, which weren't really needful since the code would have had us on the job anyway. You don't buy the presence of your fellow Lumentines and all that. So this is your assignment, lass. Find out where the weapons went, and bite that shipment back. Seeing as the colors has hit the merchantman already rotting onwards, you didn't rush with your stabbers and stabbing. I want this job handled quick and quiet, and I have a perfect partner to show you how it's done. This here is FFXIV, the stray. Ain't no other rogue that can match her arts and all skill and pleasure. There's some problems because you seem to be a bit out of sorts. I'm bloody starving. I had one of those finger sandwiches set aside, you know. Those egg-filled tasties, they make it work, but when I got back from my work, it was bloody gone. Uh-oh. Those victories? I thought it was underfoot's. Oh, well. You just hold on, I'll see if we can try a missing sandwich for you. Alright, Jackie. Not one more detail, you know. The muskets was meant for Yellow Dragon's armory. So once all is well, you can hand the goods to one of their calls directly. You start whenever you're ready. I find a colleague keeping a water out for that might help us. So as such, you have a few ways with her first. You'll find her at Highland posing as a fishmonger.
You doing okay? Everything okay? What are you doing all the way up there? silly buggy. Yeah, come here. Come here, let me give you some pets. You wanna come over here? Come on. No. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Or if you lay down on the floor, you know that? You know hot dogs?
See where I have to go. So the Asher Castle would be Good spot to go.
What you up to?
Hello there, miss. We caught a trout shrimp, but I tell you, we didn't look for a special real fish. The long sea kind. It's all bark, but put a bloke on his arse. We don't sell that kind here. But you might try the foreign merchants. What was they called again? Ah, the traders of the edge. They all from South Sea Isles and are known for dealing in types of nasty splitters and colors. I should warn you, these folks aren't ones for questioning the source of their merchandise. In fact, they seem more happy to pay for goods what came from below docks, so to speak. If you're still keen on getting your hands on the right fish, then you best hurry. The edge merchants was visiting, looking to load up and leave the city after long. Just how it means to transport its goods remain a mystery, though. But with all the hard blades you're gonna nurse in his operation, it makes it hard for a girl to get close to the viable income she does. I'll be sure to keep eyes peeled on your behalf, but might be as learn a little more from folk around town. Yeah, that was painful to read. Sure as the edge. Well, one of their merchants been saying to say they'll someone know to point us in the right direction. Chicks listen without being seen. You'd be surprised at how close kick go when they think no one else is about. We'll focus on the places they've seen plenty of traffic. You have the Bismarck, the ferry docks in the east, Hawkeye's Alley. Let's take a look at the other spots, then meet me in front of the guild. When I'm done, remember, keep hitting, keep quiet, and keep your bottles open. Dear, my customer says, do you think I can command the skillet to cook more swiftly just to meet his pressing departure schedule? I don't know things done in the South Seas, but here in the midst of those, if focus appreciate the fine cuisine cannot be rushed. Come now, Doe, you must not speak ill of patrons. Now, what was the next on my list? Ah, another finger sand for dutiful sisters. Someone there must be rather fond of eggs. Speaking in a low tone, but lively, come to nearby because approach him while cloaked. Blah. You go to eye for call, sir. We're a splendid range of produce from every corner of Azoria, but one cannot simply visit Lemoncio without summoning local specialties. Would you care for a freshly squeezed Lanosian orange juice, or perhaps a famed sauerkraut is more to your taste? It's my sense of duty. Would I have stayed to lunch an extra pint instead of returning early? I didn't ask to see anyone being bride, and it's certainly not my relief pilot. I wonder what that merchant was about. Smuggling, most likely. Should I report this to Yellow Jackets, but what if I'm being watched? I could end up face down in the harbor. I'll go back to I was soaking my well. Maybe an angel of death with daggers dove. But any rogue with shuns the shadows is head for an early grave. A sneaky mark can knows about without risking escape, or slip herself into the best position to ambush a mark. Once they've seen you, though, your own fun is done. Hiding is part concealment, part destruction. You won't be disappearing on a cove where everybody knows you're there. Alright, I'm done prowling. What did you manage to learn about the mostly by a merchant friend? Something pointed for was he? Aye, and what you heard from the chef at the Bismarck, this sure means to hop a twig and soon. That matches me on finance. He vacated his rooms at the inns and paid his dues in full. Being a merchant, we can be sure that he won't be leaving without his merchandise. So here's the plan. We'll wait for him to stack his goods on the pier, and when you go soon grab all the firearms. I'm hoping we can get the job to quiet and under cover of darkness. But never hurt to prepare for the worst. Sounds like you got a small army of sellswords on the payroll. Send more to Yellow Jackson. Post a coal near Hawker's Alley. That way you won't have to fire the bolt once you've been in the goods. The mark should be along any moment, does it? Hey guys, slugging bolts on? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can move over. You're not supposed to be here. I thought I ordered my hounds to keep this jetty clear. One, two. There's one missing. My crates of muskets is gone. Stop her, you useless suckers. What am I paying you for? Fall to my blades. There are so markets. The Grandmaster will be pleased. To reach the Yellow Jackets, though, the merchant called off his blades, wise enough to cut his losses, so I'll give him that. They say we're all done here. Let's head inside and tell Jackie the bad news. I heard the sounds of fighting coming out outside, and now pause. I thought we aimed for a solo-on job. That Miss Swaz was there? Well, you got the Yellow Jackets what they wanted. Saw that ends well. You're on your way to come for a class rogue, Delta. The job didn't fold exactly the same, but you just see the value and keep out of sight, so it may seem slow, but it can save you time and a fair amount of bleeding in the long run. Excuse me, sir. But I don't know what. Ah, they're not going to be can. Why say when it was Pittsburgh special? Do you know how much I was looking for that movie? I was about to really crave myself. Check out the University of Stress. So, I get a wonderful special. She should be back any moment now. Especially me. You did that for me? You're not taking me with me, are you, Jackie? You know, Jackie, I have to go laugh master responsibility to see that all his goes. Of course, best for job. Hey, here you are. Just say what you ordered. And did the chef give me a waterfall when he said, "Is in a hurry"? Make some you think twice before you. So, oh, relax. Oh no. Jackie, did you eat my supper? See, there's a percentage right here. See, you know, Newton. He played something that belonged to me. Jackie, I can't. You know that. Come. Hey, you guys go. You guys don't go. You're having less, aren't you? Ah! That might be the swiftest string up I've ever seen. That's how I should feel to cry. Take goodness and look, Delta. The code preserve using this to keep the allies from running red with blood to see me home. Now Joe Deckers on Nico fool enough to threaten that peace. I wouldn't listen. Let's head inside. Your sandwich get cold. Hey, do you want to leave me here all night? At least it gave me to grab you in the harbor. God, these ropes are tight. And now we find ourselves in debt to Rogue's Guild. The Rogue's Guild. Then party all. Whether I see them occupy a cell next to those seasoned pirates. Yep. Harris. I lost my chest, bleeding for weeks. I made her go self free, but that's the last time I let my really do thinking. I just think because from me up before I so much. This coast full Trump, code far west. Keep your trading, lass, and soon you'll be hero just yourself. Mm-hmm. See? It's the last one. Doo-doo. Treasure coffer. Treasure coffer. Think it's only an antidote. Let's see. Mhm. Hmm. All right. Mhm. Hmm. Does just more home and see. It's a nasty trouble room. The client's on his way, so sit tight and pay attention. Unclog, underfoot, and a stray in on this as well. It'll be a little rogue family reunion. Jackie, the client's arrived. Our guest here has come from Maelstrom Command with confidential orders directly from the Admiral herself, so you know this won't be a simple job. I'm afraid Guildmaster speaks truly. 'Twas several days ago when an emancipated man stumbled into one of our camps seeking aid. While questioning the profile, we discovered that he had narrowly escaped a life of slavery. He claimed that pirates had raided his village, abducting him and many others to sell on the black market auction block. We dispatched a patrol to confirm the tale and found a village almost completely destroyed. 'Twas a meager settlement without so much as a guardhouse. Thus did its unkind fate escape our notice until now. You think these pirates never even heard of the code? Plunging on his coals and dipping their wicks in slave trade, they're headed the right way for a good stabbing. Aye, though I ain't sit down so many times, the code's notoriously unforgiving against those who raise weapons against the weak. After all, the first pirates in these parts were Coles, but was fleeing oppression in the northern seas. Ignore your history and you risk becoming what it was you hated the most. So you remark for us then? That we do. From the description given by the escaped villager, we determined these lawworkers are members of the Jolly Merchants, a pirate crew in possession of an official privateering license. To it appear, however, the privateering has been naught but a screen behind which to hide their illicit activities. One can imagine how many of little Vincian citizens have fallen prey to these wicked slavers. And we've let right under our nose. Naturally, the Admiral desires a swift resolution to this ignominy, but merely tracking down those poor souls who've already been sold is proving heavy taxing to our allocated resources. We could throw more soldiers at the promise, but that runs the risk of drawing the small folks attention and inciting undue panic. Thus do we come to the Rhodes Guild for help. We ask that you eliminate the jolly merchants and liberate the villagers presently in their custody, and that you do so with utmost discretion. Consider it done. When those nasty coats feel our short blades pricking into their backs, they'll enjoy a brief moment of regret before the code is rightly enforced. Alright, let's get to work. I'll be going after jolly merchants myself. Underfoot and Vagabond, you two lend skills to the Manstorm excursion. Investigation, and see what you can whittle about the coals who have already been sold. Those of you coming with me, I think you're ready for the next step in your education. Should we get up just like a person? Your client tells me the Jolly Merchants set sail from Alport a few bells ago, and I might board an Imperial ship or two, but that was just a mummy they're putting to amuse the Emerald Swads. I reckon the rest of the crew will be back on land looking to snap the shackles on our fresh ready cattle. And to prove my theory, start one of them Jolly Noses got him splitting crimson about the Ruffmans in Lower Nausea. We're going to cover more Bay docks by the name of Swarson. Will likely know the full story. He's more of a shipwright than a rogue these days, but he keeps his glazes queued for the guild. Head over there and tell yourself proud. I'll join you soon, like. She's right in the bathroom. I know it, but you are. What can old Sorensen do for you? Down Jolly Merchant Slavers? Oh, well, that explains a few things. I was keeping an eye on the bustle about dry docks, you see, when I spied an odd trio in the difference. The rough looking sod one of your pirates, I'd wager, was prodding along another bloke with this poor skinny lass. I've seen whipped curs less miserable than the two being herded. Last saw they were heading south. If what you're saying about the slavers is true, then the Jolly Merchant's not going to walk his charges all the way to the market. No, he likely has a boat waiting for him. And if I were heading south, my vessel would be hidden somewhere along the salt strand. That doesn't leave you much time. He said Jackie was on his way. You best go on ahead. I'll point him in the right direction when he gets here.
See, what are you doing down there?
Someone came through. I was like, no, what do we do? Yeah. This one looks like a trauma. Sorry, I told you my big boy grandma was quicker than you miserable sacks of shite. We need another suggestion. You I forget what happens when you try me. Generous patience. Sorry, please don't worry because we walked as fast as we could, but we need food and water. Get in the boat and shut your traps. You'll get fed when we reach the other side. The other side? Where are you taking us? Are you challenging me or are you playing deaf? I told you to keep your bleeding mouth shut. Sorry, I didn't mean. The line is scaly honest. You weep again. Listen, we had an outpour, right? That means we should be get stuck on merchandise inside where it gets sold. You see, some buyers want only ads while others are looking for lasses. As long as we keep their rich busters happy, we make more coin than we ever did scrapping with the Empire's war galleys. Not that you care about that, I suppose. What matters to you is that you'll be loaded onto the Jolly Merchantman, sailed off to God's nowhere, and at least it'll be a distant memory. So as you, I feel I have developed one last big gobble of sweet Lawnosian seaweeds. Ha ha ha. Sir attempted to put a blade fix his eyes here and now, but that won't get the job done. Now we'll let him guide his mates in Alport and we'll mill the whole bloody lot of them. Jolly merchants will get their due, don't you worry about it. They're gone. Let's hurry to Alport unless you work your way. There's a ferry who leaves. Get a quiet. I'll meet you across the water, lass. Still with because it seems they've taken room under an allies. Another option in plain sight, bowl of brass. But I know they were strict. See, even if some cool recognizes still much only a single handler gets boned. The rest of the crew just whistles all instant like while their mates marched up to cry crickles. And you can bet they've threatened bloody murder for any prisoner that raises this huge cry. Patience now. Just wait till we're sure all the backgrounds have arrived. Meanwhile, you better sharpen your sabers. We have a busy night ahead of us. Ready for the job? Once all the merchants are here, we'll ambush the sods and set the captives free. Gotta be long enough. We'll just have to hope there aren't any stragglers. This is close now. That's the merchants, disguised as plain old adventurers, and have settled themselves in 3 separate rooms here in Alport. How do we whittle which codes are the merchants? Easy. Take a look at the how's all the bingo, sweat and coal over yonder. He's wearing lavender gloves. The exact type what the Nazi saw that Salt Strand had on. That's how they'll find each other. That'll be how they find each other in the crowd. Of course, it's also how I whittled where each master was staying. Just snitch the hopeless glazes of the company they keep, and you can be sure we found your mark. So here's the job laid out. We'll hit all 3 common rooms, mill the merchants, quick and dirty like that, and get the captain's bleeding eyes back, alright? Why this room's door has been forced open. Since these thoughts been out the ale. They can't be for better get the lads of super to port. Ugh. Was that merchant going pilfered ale? You'd think they'd be doing their best not to draw attention to us, all things considered bloody oafs. And now we got a swarm of yellow jacks buzzing out looking for blood. If they spot us wandering around the darkness, I'm feeling they'll ask first, ask questions later. It'd be best then if the patrols never even knew we was here. We'll sneak as we can in each of the common rooms, and use them telltale avant-gardes to dialogue. There's an innocent Coles in there as well. Mind you not to stab any of them don't deserve it, eh? Thinking we should head out one at a time to avoid the yellow, so I'll let you take the lead. What you up to? Nice work. It's most of them will take care of them poke holes we feed, and I've made sure none of the merchants who drowned are downed or like to get up again. As for the Jolly Merchantman, well, her crew can expect a visit from the tomorrow's finest galleys, and won't be for a cup of tea and crumpets on the poop deck. Right, our part's done. Time to head back to the sisters. Excuse me, are you ones who freed us? I said there I could do for miss. The Master of Swords will take you home if that's what you're worried about. Oh no, I just want to thank you. Anyway, there was one thing I wish to tell. Moments before we rescued me, that dreadful pirate was muttering into his cups. It was something about another raiding party that hadn't made it back yet. I beg your pardon? It seems they've been hunting for slaves in the western Lost Zone, and they're being close to Elport. Our captor assumed they were out rounding up cattle until the last bell. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright. Monday back. Remember to tell everyone so far, please. Is there not you can do? There's something else. You just get yourself safely home and leave the stray pocket jackals to us. I pray for your success. Thank you again. So much for saving victory point. I said word of this element is on our foot and stray. Some will earn trade for the last of these jolly merchants. By the by, how are you throwing your arms, Elsa? I think it's time I learned. You have to fling it properly. When you're out wide, open ravens, you have to find the need to sting a cove from a distance. I'm sure can't last a year to figure out a well-thrown dagger. Just keep that in mind when we hunt the rest of them slavers. Alright. Last few dollar merchant bastards must be kept somewhere in the western line of Sia. Now. Hello. The last few dollar merchant bastards have been camped out somewhere in the western line of Sia. Now, if I was a black-blooded, gold-grubbing slaver, where would I be hiding? They're not to the west, but Sagan pools. Even the Volux for Brandon's parts know better than trespass on fishback territory. And they won't be want a chance of running into patrols near outports, so just leaves us the east. The flock? Aye, they'll likely be nestled down in the ruins amongst the dodos. This is where we'll try and pick up their trails. You head over to snitch the place while I send words to the sisters in the maelstrom. Alright, mount. Hello? Bring us. We've been tied up since those awful parts snatched us from our beds. So some interesting dodos you got there. No sign of merchants though. The leader mentioned heading over to Alport. He said something about there being no signal, and that was a signal something was wrong. Then you just left us hobble like lambs for the market. One of them japed about keeping the meat unsullied in case there is trouble. Pray let us flee this place before they return. And who are you just sit on and letting our and prize? What's the damnest thing? We would have a crew lodge in the airport, and not one of them survived the night. Done by a close-knit curse who favored the short blades, they say. I suppose that was you two. Seems you've a bone to pick with our choice of trade. And I can't say I have much use for slavers, except as a place to bury my knives. Oh, and I wouldn't bother yourself with waiting on your ship to come back neither. The jolly merchants are done for. Hee hee. You might have the right of it, lad. But then you wouldn't know the kind of coin see healthy slaves like them ones bring us. I'll have a new ship and a new crew before a single moon has passed. You're that child, you're each for shining bloody fortune, and you're me that forever you learn true worth. The Northerlings saw it. In fact, why don't you step back a ways? These codes are about to learn the punches are breaking the code, and discussion is like to get messy. Do you not think we come for you? You can try and stifle your victim's screams in dark winds, but the shadows are always listening. Crap. Button. Why am I not selected on him? Oh no. So many! Is this like overkill for a level 15 mission? It's close. Thank you. I sure think what horrid fate awaited us had you not helped us escape. I knew someone would come. You're just like the heroes in stories. They always arrive at the perfect time to triumph over the visions. Do you think I could be a hero like you? I know I could be very strong. I just know. You don't want to be like me, lad. Listen now. Me and those coves there. We're the ones the scared folk are afraid of. And that's because we keep the rules for the world they live in. We don't care if you shirk your chores or get into fights. But if you break the code and betray your mates, then that's when we'll come after you, no matter how far. Mm-hmm. Live your life like the hero you want to be, though, and you'll never need to worry about that. Hi, you two stolen it and all. Mm-hmm. Assume you are citizens who were adopted by jolly merchants. I'm Captain Monroe of the Yellow Dragons. Maelstrom has trusted me with conducting you to safety. Mm-hmm. It's alright, folks. These folks are Go on, it's best not to get left behind. Was there else, Captain? We're on a new job? Job for me? For you? How pungently absurd. I'd rather hire a sewer to mind my lawyer. Was it during one of your jobs that you turned Alport into a slaughterhouse? What dark ages is that we must employ assassins to enforce law? If this continued dalliance with honorable measures such as he prevents listeners from fully expunging the stain of perfect fiction. Okay, those weapons are A civilized person uses such implements to carve meat or peel fruit and leaves them at the table where they belong. Do you parse clench them twixt your teeth as you swing over the rails and parse you hunt? Our first has no place for those who refuse to abandon the brutish ways of the past. The only champions of justice in this should require are valiant, forthright soldiers of the jail jackets. You're annoying. Jackie, what the bloody hell does this girl want with us? I haven't the foggiest idea, love. Just smile and nod. I'm not coming here to patronize. I come here to defend to piracy in all its forms. Consider this as a gauntlet thrown at the cleft feet of the Rogues Guild. Eat my words well. Just before dawn this very morning, a maelstrom vessel stocked with provisions was boarded and looted by pirates. Much of the cargo was stolen and vexing indeed, but the theft of 3 items in particular, the unique treasures of 9 cacabords, that's just my moral cogs. As for brigands that made well spirit, Dawn's missed along with their plunder. A rum tail? What's that to do with us? I challenge you, a contest of killing the stolen treasures. Should the Yellow and I succeed in reclaiming the greater share, I shall formally propose abolition of Rogues Guild. Upon review of our achievements, then I will surely concede that your unscrupulous suits have outlived its usefulness. I'll blow it out tomorrow. I have better ways to spend my time. Oh, doesn't now, doesn't it? Constitute theft against the nation does not follow your proposal. I'm not saying you no choice but to execution, unless, of course, you meant to slink back to your hole and abandon fundamental duty. Alright, I screwed you. You made your blood hit. You'll be sorry that you did. I promise you that. I promise not in the face of my confession. I shall not rest until Lamentia is free of every last buccaneer scoundrel and Shadow Dolan near to world. Alright. Let me punt them. What now, Jackie? For right now, we head back to the sisters. Look at the hand side. Yep. Realize that Mama's got some bollocks, and it seems she want well done with all with so pirate stock. I don't take too calls pulling my strings, but the shrew is right. The code's been broken and we have a job to do. From the sounds of it, them codes knew what they were about when they cloyed them treasures, and you did your best. It's time you learn our muggun. Rough and cool, right way, and it'll give up more than what you give. You just plain knocked him out on his arse. Me lads, be busy whittling the story of them bitten bubbles, so you're free to hit out and sharpen your skills. It might even be a zeal pocket some extra blunt while you're at it, eh? It's a new one. Right. Yes. It's now level 16, so I can do the roulette for this to get leveling much easier. Alright. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna just set that a long time. Oh, there's this thing. It's gonna determine to what player look over the report commander. Mm-hmm. See other because we were carried out to sufficient manner. You'd be surprised by how many privates manage to lose their way on a simple patrol route. In any case, small success like this will improve the unit's cohesion and help sharpen their individual skills. Training specialized instructions will improve the abilities of individual recruits, but its main purpose is to encourage the growth of the squadron as a whole. Besides squadron skills, could use sharpening. Check the regiment board for a list of available training courses. Much as a champion learned through doing, there are some things that need to be taught if the troops are to handle the tougher points. The more you lead during training, the less you'll be on the field, as my old drill sergeant used to say. If you want the squadron to be the most elite unit in order to another, then we'd best not neglect their military education. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. I Oh dear. That's gonna be a while that I'm waiting. Hmm. Gosh, go on. Just gonna end here. Hmm. Okay.